Here we go. Something that never, ever gets old, no matter how old you get, is the one thing that I miss greatly from my childhood, but I don't have to miss it because I still watch them all the time, and that's cartoons. Welcome to Toontown. We're doing Rushmore and cartoons. Are you ready, Tommy? Are you ready?
I'm ready to get down and see all the beautiful colors of the animation we're about to get down with. But before we do that, go on over and hit that subscribe button for us and get yourself animated.
Get animated. D, what do you think? Let's get right into it because I'm going to let you go first because we're going to have a lot of overlap here. I know it, but that's okay because my well is deep on my my cartoons.
Okay.
So why don't you go first on your cartoon?
Man, I'm coming out with a banger, man. To me, this cartoon, man, it was just so fucking far ahead of its time. So way ahead of its time, and that's Transformers, dude. Optimus fucking Prime.
Banger.
The G1, the OGs, man. The OGs.
The 85, 86. I love it.
Yes.
That
How cool
is
the word Decepticon is so cool.
so cool.
Everything, man. I mean, just the engineering of the Transformers and how they transform. It's just like, I mean, bro, like you go back and look at some of that shit. It's just incredible. That shit was in the mid 80s, man.
Well, I'm going to follow right up with the partner of it all. And Tommy, I hate to do it to you because I know it's in your heart, but you know, Yo Joe. I mean, I got to go G.I. Joe because to me, it's my entire existence as a child. I still absolutely watch it all the time. The OG. Don't really watch any of the spin-offs. Kind of fell off after Serpentor, but before that, I am fully invested right up into the movie with the sad reality of what happened with Duke, and then they had to change it all. Yeah, but that's it. I mean, G.I. Joe, you know, now you know, and you know, knowing is half the battle. So G.I. Joe is
you just hit it. For me, the most memorable part of that cartoon was the little you know, teach the kids a lesson at the end part where like, don't be playing on the train tracks, Billy. It was just like so much fun, man.
Shout out Dreadnoks, man. I love those, man. I love
the
outfits, bro. They were so cold. So cold.
Woo. What do you got, Tommy? What do you got?
All right, guys. I'm gonna go a little bit away from the action adventure scene, and I'm gonna go with The Simpsons.
Wow.
The Simpsons was like the kind of soundtrack to my life as a kid. And it was one of the first times when like I actually realized that like, oh, a cartoon can be like adult themed and be on a totally another level. So that was a fun show. And it still lives on to this day, right? They're still putting out new episodes of The Simpsons,
Constantly.
which is insane. I think it's the longest running TV series ever, right? TV show ever on prime time, at least.
The Simpsons, Simpsons, the modern day Nostradamus.
Yeah, they predict everything.
They're on it, man. They don't miss, bro.
They premiered during Married with Children or during a different show that was on Fox during Married with Children, right? The early.
They were originally a part of the Tracy Ullman show.
Oh, Tracy Ullman show. That's it.
They were like a sketch on that. And Matt Groening, man, he's a genius. He's the guy behind it. And we talked about James L. Brooks on our Jack Nicholson show. He's was the big executive producer and if you think about it, that's an Academy Award winning guy that kind of got behind it. But yeah, The Simpsons all the way. What do you got, Demetrius?
Man, I gotta go old school, man. I gotta go with my Scooby snacks. Scooby fucking Doo, man. Come on, bro.
Best.
And we would have got away with it too if it wasn't for you plastic kids.
Meddling kids. I watch it every day.
I'm falling way forward on that with you.
Falling way forward. I watch it every day.
A bunch of stoners on Mystery Adventures. Come on.
Every day. Scooby Snack. The new movie was fantastic. When I tell you that's the cartoon my kids watch every day, like every day. That's the one before school. After, absolutely. They absolutely love that. Was really good, actually.
That was really good.
I got to tell you, for number 2 for me, I'm going to go right into one that is a rarity. A lot of people might not know, but if you know, you know. And it's Thunder the Barbarian. Thunder the Barbarian from the 80s. If you don't know, I need you to look it up. Yeah, you can fall back.
Dude, I'm all the way. I'm falling forward all the way with you, bro. That's one of my favorites, bro. I love it, dude.
I want to go into the computer.
I'm just not familiar with it.
Hey, Rossi, how about the intro, man? The intro is like complete apocalypse. Like it's the scariest thing on the planet. 2024.
Yep. And it's like they come back. It's a full-blown apocalypse. He's got the little sword on his arm, the handle, and then when he takes it out, turns into the lightning thing. Thunder Barbarian.
It sounds cool.
Look it up. It's on Tubi if
great,
you guys
bro.
want to watch episodes. It's great. It's on YouTube too. It's great.
They stole a little bit
guys.
off Chewbacca on that one, didn't they?
Yeah, they totally stole off Chewbacca, but he's got underwear on it.
Mm-hmm.
He's Chewbacca with underwear. Go ahead.
Anybody who knows me knows I'm a big cat guy, so I'd be crazy to not go with the ThunderCats. Come on now, ThunderCats, ho! Right? I mean, they got
Lion-O.
the cool costumes. They've got swords and guns. That was the cool thing about 80s cartoons. It's like some guys will have swords, some guys will have guns, but they're all going to be on an even playing field. Doesn't matter.
Good.
I just put my son on it. He's watched the first 4 episodes. He loves it. Loves it.
TV, right?
Oh, glued, bro. Glued.
I love
want to watch back to back. I'm like, easy, bro. Easy.
I love hearing that a kid in 2023 can just sit down in front of that ThunderCats.
My sons love it.
Into it.
Bro,
Yeah.
I get my guy on all the OGs, bro. OG
Same.
Transformers, OG GI Joe, OG ThunderCats, man.
He's gonna be a wise kid. He's gonna be a wise kid.
I'll name some ones that my kid and this is go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna follow up on the other classic, man. If we're gonna go, like mid 80s, I gotta go with Filmation, right? And I gotta go with He-Man, Masters of the Universe. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, that is the one. That is the one. The best opening when you hear that the Filmation thing, and then you know what's coming.
I have the power.
Forget it.
That
he
phrase,
is Prince Adam. Prince Adam. I mean, obviously, like a Clark Kent thing. You're like, that's him, right? I mean, it looks
right.
But
you mean the juice head with the bowl cut?
The juice head with the bowl. But Skeletor's voice in that cartoon, the way they did it, and same thing they did with Cobra Commander and G.I. Joe, is you have that voice that is so recognizable and so specific, and yet they're kind of like just like harassing people, and they're sarcastic, and I love it. He-Man's man, that's such a good one. I know I was gonna go with that too. But that's good because that's gonna bring me to a newer one that I kind of missed out on. I was following it a little, got way into it all of a sudden when I was doing a movie and started watching it all the time. It's from the 90s. Turned my kids onto it, and now it's kind of like a staple in our home, and that's Animaniacs, which definitely is later for me. Pinky and the Brain is absolutely amazing part. The cartoon is so well done. It's so smart. It's so like a little more adult. It's kind of just a sharper, faster wit kind of cartoon that I can watch all day and have it on in the background when I'm like prepping characters.
Well, and
stuff.
also like having a career in show business too. It's on another level. Like as a little kid, I never knew this, but the line in the song is, "We're Animaniacs. We have pay-for-play contracts." And I like as a little kid, I had no idea what a pay-for-play contract is. It went right over my head. But now I watch that being in the business. I'm like, oh man, that's so funny that they put that in the theme song.
Absolutely love it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go ahead with my next pick. Again, we're in this action adventure theme area. I'm gonna stick with it. I'm gonna grab my nunchucks. I'm gonna grab my bow staff, my size, my samurai swords, piece of pizza, the Ninja Turtles, the Teenage Mutant.
Love that pick, man.
They're heroes in a half shell. Man, I had so much fun with those guys. They were just they spoke to the youth. That's what it was. Like the 80s and early 90s were all about like pizza, karate, and like some kind of mutant creature. Like you put those 3 things together, son, you got something sweeter than you.
Splinter. Shout out Corey Feldman with the voice in the movie too.
Cool voices, and Shredder's a great villain. You need a great villain.
Shout out Kevin Nash.
Shout out Kevin Nash who played him in the movie. But think about it. Every show we're talking about here, from Cobra Commander to Skeletor, like all these shows rely on a badass villain, and they got that. So Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, that's my number 3.
The new movie is great too. We just watched
it. It is. We just watched it.
The new movie's great.
Same.
So
incredible,
good.
Right?
It's
so good, bro.
Yeah.
So good. Oh man, for my last Rushmore pick, man. We've had a lot of superhero films out in today, modern times or whatever. But when we were coming up, man, it was all about the cartoons. And I'm going Super Friends with the Legion of fucking Doom.
Wow. That's it. That is it. Nothing cooler.
Mic drop.
Mic drop that one. Fall all the way forward. nothing cooler than what Lex Luthor put together with the Legion of Doom and with Superman and them were rocking. That you wanted every piece of that. You wanted the toys.
Yeah.
You
Great
wanted
toy line. That's what I was about
toy
to say.
line.
Great, underrated, I'd say, even toy line.
And you had the other villains that you know, like Solomon Grundy and like Brainiac and stuff, Black Manta, that you normally didn't see on the regular ones. So it was like they brought them all together. What a cool name! Shout out Legion of Doom, wrestling tie-in, Legion of Doom Road Warriors.
I always wanted to call him Solomon Grundle for some reason.
Solomon Grundy, yeah.
Grundle.
Solomon Grundy, yeah.
So good. Listen, for me, I mean, there's so many that I think of that used to be on when I got home, or like Saturday morning, you jump up and like they're on. I tried to turn my kids on to this, and they didn't go for it the way I wanted them to. And but for me, I think it was because it was a time period piece. Why it meant so much was the Jetsons. The Jetsons was. The Jetsons is so great. I don't necessarily know if it holds up the way that I wanted it to, but I know back then I was blown away by it. And I think because a lot of the things in it are kind of happening, the talking on the television, the telephone, and, you know, just a lot of it's like kind of almost like what's going on. But it was, for me as a kid, seeing that, it was like, I'm living in the future with George Jetson and all this. And I just loved every second of it. I had my Astro t-shirt, still have it here with Astro on it. I just loved everything about the Jetsons. So I'll make that my fourth.
What was the name of the robot maid?
Rosie.
She was kind of hot. I kind of like.
Sure.
I got a thing for the robot maid.
You got like an Uncle Polly thing. Uncle Polly thing going on.
Yeah, that's your thing. The robot. Yeah, Uncle Paulie had a thing for the maid. Right. You and Bert Young. Look at you guys sharing more than the screen involved.
Sick, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, so moving on to my fourth pick. Guys, this was tough because there's a lot of great cartoons. I'm glad that we have an honorable mention section to go out with. But I got to go with humor now. And man, nothing made me laugh like a silly little bastard more than South Park when it first came out. South Park is like next level crude at the time. My parents were like, you can't watch this. What is this kind of stuff? I remember it was the kind of like, if you wore a South Park t-shirt to school, you might just get sent to the principal's office. It was considered kind of badass if you were into South Park. And Trey Parker and Matt Stone are literal geniuses. I mean, like when you hear about what they've done with, you know, throughout their career, they started. I mean, South Park started as just a joke from a couple of low-level assistants at a Christmas party, at a studio Christmas party, and they made this little sketch, and everyone went nuts for it. And look at it now, you know. So I love South Park. A lot of quotable moments. Oh my God, they killed Kenny.
Yeah, amazing.
D, yeah, man. On my honorable mention, man, I gotta go with Huey, Dewey, and Louie, DuckTales, man.
Yes, I was gonna do it as the Jetsons. They were gonna take my fourth slot, but I went with the Jetsons.
So good, right?
So good.
Dude, DuckTales was great. That money
great theme song too.
Oh, come on, might be the best theme song. Swimming in that money, like Scrooge McDuck when he was doing the backstroke in it. It's such a great theme
I would
song.
love when he would like dive in and then come up and spit the coins out.
Yeah, and then the spin-offs. My kids watch Darkwing like crazy. Darkwing Duck was cool, yeah. Darkwing Duck's super cool. Yeah, that's a great honorable mention. My honorable mention for this, you know, just because I'm a giant Fruity Pebbles fan and where it came from, the Flintstones were big for me, man. The Flintstones were a big deal. I had the vitamins, you know, it was it reminded me of the Honeymooners, you know, it kind of had the whole thing, you know, obviously I was eating Fruity Pebbles. I was eating the vitamins. I was all in on Fred Flintstone in every single way. Barney, Fred, not so much the movies that came out, even though I'm a giant Rick Moranis mark.
Yeah, John Goodman.
Same.
Yeah, not for me.
It was
but,
not a good movie.
The cartoon is extraordinary. What do you got for your honorable mention, Tommy?
I like it.
I'm going to go with that Fox lineup. That was the same people that did The Simpsons, and that was King of the Hill.
Bobby? King of the Hill. Okay.
I got to fall back.
That show, man.
Falling back.
King of the Hill was very funny, man. Kind of like next level funny in the sense that it was, again, one of the early, this is like going back to probably the mid to late 90s, but one of the early shows where it's like, hey everybody, an animated show can be for adults and be very funny, and you know, King of the Hill, man. I don't know, that show tickled me.
Never seen it, but you know what? You know what I have seen? I have seen what's about to come up on our Patreon, which is we're going to go discuss all this right now on there. So if you guys like this Rushmore episode, come and you want to support the channel, click on our Patreon down there, and then you can see us do the rest of this and discuss in deep why Tommy likes King of the Hill.
Yeah, I'm going to defend my pick a little bit. We're going to get into it. We're going to take the gloves off and really mix it up and say why we either fall back or fall forward on these animated gems.
All right, y'all.
Come join the party, fellas.